Hello Xellux Seaborn for data science training, brought to you by Xellux Technologies. So the first thing here in our documentation is import our libraries and load our data set. That's the first thing we need to do. So I will import Seaborn, which is what you're learning now. Seaborn, which is used for statistical data visualization. I will abbreviate it as SNS. So the next thing we need to do is to import Matplotlib, which is used to display or render our plots, since it's Seaborn actually built on top of Matplotlib. So I'll type my Matplotlib here dot pyplot. So that's what we need to do. So after the create that, now the next thing I want to do now is to actually load our data set. We use a SNS, that is Seaborn.load data set. That's what we are using, and the data set actually contain registering bill, total bill, gender, tips, size, and the like of it, and mood days. So we type our SNS dot, we load shift minus, and you press your data set. So you put it there, then you close your brackets. Now you can see that our load data set is actually empty. So to load the data set, we need to put it inside a quote. It can be double or single. So what we need to do is to type the tips, which is the data set in Seaborn, is an inbuilt data set. So that is it. So we are already set now to load our data set. But to display this data set or to load it on the screen for you to see, we will use print function. So we are using the print function here. So how do we do it? Remember, tips.headDataset function. That's what we are using to actually understand the structure of our data set. You understand? It actually pick the first 5 rows. So our tips itself is our data set. Now we now connect it to the head. The head section there only talk about the top row, the top 5 rows. That's why we're using the head subsection. Just as if get the top 5 of our data set. That's the meaning. So that is what we are doing right now. Let us actually run this and load our data set. You can click here. Yaxi. You can see that we have our head here, but actually I want to display the first 20. So I'll come here and I'll press 20. Then I'll click here too. Yaxi. You can see it actually shows the first 20 here. Now let's quickly go through our data set. We have the total bill here, our tip, our gender, the smoker, the day, the time, and sizes. So that is it. Now the next thing we want to do now is to actually create our first statistical visualization. So as we do that, so what you need to do is just to type SNS. You understand? You connect it or link it, or you understand, bring it together with scatter plot. So we are creating scatter plot there. So scatter plot, you put your function, you understand? So that's what we want to do. Remember, the data, we need to store our data inside this particular bracket as we did earlier on. So because this scatter plot is actually empty, so we need to actually load data inside. So how do we do that? We create a container or variable, and we put that tips, TIPS, inside this container or container called data. That is it. So without it, it's in our function. So that's how we load it, so that we can specify the data set we are using. That's why we have data equals to tips. Now, in the next thing we want to do, in the x-axis, if we go up here, we want to have our total bill as our x-axis. So I'll say x equals to, I'll put my quotes. It's always been on quotes because it's a text. You understand? They call it string. So what I want to put there is total bill. TOTL shift underscore bill. So I'll put your bill there. So I'll put comma there. The next thing I want to do, in the y-axis, I want to load my tip. You understand? Since it's restaurant. So I'll say y equals to, I'll put my string there or the code. Then I will type TIP. Ensure it is TIP. According to the header, everything you're using is according to this header, nothing to change. So TIP there. So that's what we need to do. That's all we need to do. And let us see where I to display. Let's click here. Yaxi. So this is it. This is what we have here. We have our tape, you have this, we have our scatter plot here, There's not, but there's a problem here, which is an issue because you can see here, as is here, we need to create that error. Now let's go back to remove this particular error because now we are not using matplotlib. We only display this information using only Seaborn. Now let's go. You type plt dot show, then show, not show, okay, show. Now let's run it again. You see what I'm talking about? Yaxi. You can see it is gone. That in case you see that, just know that you are not displaying it with matplotlib. So you can actually check matplotlib in this particular video there. Up there you see the code. Click on it, learn about matplotlib and plotlib. Okay? So that's about that. You can see that chart here. It's actually amazing. So let's go to the next one now. Let me actually remove this. I didn't need this actually. So let me come down. We are plotting what? Histogram now. Histogram. So what do we need to do? The same method, SNS, that's on Seaborn. You connect it with what you want to create, which is what? Histogram, but you are not writing it in through. Just write hist, then you put your plot there. So what's your plotting there? Oh, that's not to spell plot. PLT. Oh, what's wrong? Okay, let's go. Let's continue. It's actually amazing. Now, as usual, you must load your data. You must put the data inside the histoplot. So you create your data. As usual, just repeat the same thing. Then you type your TIPS. That's it. You understand? So when you repeat this liners, it's actually repetition equals to genius. So it makes you understand more better. So in the x-axis, what are we putting there this time around? So we are putting the total bill. So I'll put it on quote. Always put the text on quote. So you can type your total bill. Total shift under. Then you type your bill here. So that's that. What about the x? The y-axis actually, there's nothing to put in the y-axis, but we only know the total data, and it actually varies. You understand? Within there. So what we want to do, we want to put 20 bars to display 20 bars. So to display 20 bars, we use what we call BINS, and display 20 bars. Just type your 20 there. That is it. You are displaying 20 bars. So you can see in the documentation, divide the data range into 20 bins or bars. So that's the major thing there. So let's display it now. Don't forget to use your PLT. You understand? Dot display or show our chart. So click here to actually run it. Yaxi. You can see that actually running is actually have 20 bar here. So what we need to do again is let's add another thing, or maybe a kind of okay, let's just go through it. Let me not say it out. Okay, let me not give you the expo there. So I'll create what I call KDE. KDE means kernel density estimate. It's a kind of code that shows the probability distribution. So let's start our KDE. Let's put something inside that particular KDE. So what we need to do is we make it true. So when we make it true, remember, oh sorry, don't put your true inside a particular code. Just type it raw. Okay, so that's what we need to do. Sorry about that. So type true. Remember, just make capital letter exactly like this. Okay, let's show it. Let's click here. Yaxi. So you can see the KDE here. You can see it actually understands the distribution there. This is what we have. In statistics, we don't want to go deeper in explaining this statistic. Just visualization right now. Later we'll go deeper and explain it. So let's go to the next statistic here. So just remove that. So I'll come here. This next one here is SNS. We are creating a bar plot. So just type your bar plot. You can see that it's kind of repetition. It makes you to understand more. So type your bar plot here. What do you do again? You load the data set. Put it inside, because we are making the bar plot into make use of data set to display the information. That is it. So comma, then what I'm putting in x-axis. In x-axis, we are actually putting day there. So inside this code there, you type day. Remember, it must be the spelling according to the data set. Okay, don't change it. Exactly that. Just do it. So the next thing in our y-axis, we are using tip. So we want to play the days and the tip. So on the y-axis now, we have equity. Put your code there. You understand? Then you type the word TIP according to the data set as I've displayed above. You can check it again in the data set. So let's run this. Before you can run it, remember to use matplotlib because Seaborn is built on top of matplotlib. So you type your show there. Show. Then you put your function here. So after you do that, then you can actually run it. Click here. Yaxi. So you can see what are we displaying here. You can see the content, visualization, compare the average tips across different days. If you look at this one now, what did it do? Help identifying pattern in distribution of total bills value. What about this one? You talk about this show the tips vary with total bill. Is that you can actually check it out. You understand? So this is what we have. There's another thing we can actually put here. You understand? It's called estimator. Just to know the mean, to calculate the tip of each category. So we come here now. So we press comma, then you type estimator. That's estimator. You store it inside what? Inside these quotes, then you put mean. So you cannot run it again. Just calculate estimation of it. Okay, so that's it. It actually calculates the estimation of it. So we cannot explain deep right now because I don't want the video to be too long. So the next one we are actually going right now, okay, is the sixth one. This particular one here, let me just delete this. This particular sixth one here with vast plots. So the same method, don't copy and paste. So to bring the genius in you, for you to understand it quickly, just keep on typing. You increase the myelin in your brain that make you to actually understand very fast and remember. So what are we creating now is box. It's called box plots, a kind of box plots. Okay, you've connected, create a function. What you need to do now is to do what? Is to put your data and the word saves. So put your comma there. Then this category we want to use now is die. That's what we're actually using now. So you type your x as is equals to, you use the same method. So you type your die inside. Remember the spelling is very, very important according to the data set. Then we in our y as is, we add a numeric value there, which is total bill. So we put it on a string again or a quote. So we type our total bill. Remember, you must spell it correctly. Exactly what you say in the data set, because that is the header or the column to display our result. Just like in Excel, they use a kind of 2D kind of method there to actually display the information. So this is what we have done right now. What are we doing now? Visualization is to show the spread and median and the outlier of total bill amount by day. So let's come here, just look at it, read it, and display it. PLT dot show there. Not show. Okay, it's like shoe. You know, it's so beautiful. I can press to display these two. You can press Shift Enter. So you also have the same effect. Z. You can see the outlier. These are the outlier there. We have the median. So we can see the median displayed there. We have the two lower and upper edges there. So I don't know to explain 2D. So the last one for today, we are actually creating violin plots. So the violin plots. Let's talk about violin. Oh no. Your SNS, then you link it to what? Violin plots. So violin plot there, you cover it. So you let your data set, so the plot will make use of the data set again. Data, you store it with what? With our data set, which is tips, then comma there. In the x as it, we are displaying our gender there, equals to, putting it in our quotes, then you type XEX there. So that's our gender. So after you type our gender, so you press a comma. In the y-axis, we don't have y-axis. We just want to see the other characteristics using the color distinction here. So we are using hue. What are we storing inside hue? You want to know the distribution of smokers there. So let's check it. Smoker here. When you run it, let me quickly go down PLT dot show. Okay, function here. So what you need to do? So just click here. That's it. Okay, you can see it turning there. So why did it show like this? You know, you see the distribution here. It shows it in this format here. So that's how it shows it. Okay, so that's X as it. We have our X here. This. Then we have a hue. You know, this how it show it. Okay, let's get more details about it. So let's come here. Then let's kind of create. Okay. Or if you notice there, I put X here, then I don't use Y. You can see the Y is actually here, which is total bill. I almost want to forget that. Why did I do that? Okay, it's actually amazing. Actually carry away by this training. It's amazing. Thanks for watching. It's amazing. There's Xellux Technologies. Learn Seaborn for data science and make a lot of money with it. Be fashion, I feel. So let me create this on the Y-axis. I don't put Y-axis. That is it. So it's good. It's also on an analogy again right now. So that's how you display. If there's no y-axis there, I'll put the build there. Let me run it again. It will be amazing now. Oh, we have an arrow. Why do we have an arrow? It's good to actually have an arrow so that you will know. Okay, if you're a good data scientist now. So let's read the arrow. It's called syntax. Perhaps you forget a comma. So you go back there. So easy. So easy. I love it. I love it. It's like, when I forget a comma, where's it? Where are you going? Come here. So where's the comma here? So exactly, consider there's no comma here. Add it. There's nothing. Shift, enter. Yaxi. So this is what we have now. You can see we have the smokers. Yes, no. We have it beside each other. The video is getting longer. So let me just end the class now or the training. Well, last thing I want to do is to split it. I'll say my comma again. So ensure you always put your comma there. So that's why I didn't put it. But it's cool. It's cool. It's good to quickly fix something and you just type your true. Remember, your true should not be in any form of a quote. That's it. I'll click here. Yaxi. This is can say combine. Can say the width distribution here. That is a smoker. Yes, the non-smokers here. This is it. So for female too, the same thing. So in a way, the non-smokers kind of, as if they pay more and all that. We need to analyze the data here. So what do we say? Compare the total bill distribution for smokers and non-smokers by gender. So this is just the beginner, absolute beginner of Seaborn in data science, brought to you by Xellux Technologies. I'll see you in next class. I'll say thanks for watching. Light out.